Okay, Saturday morning in the kingdom. Yes, it's Turkey Day weekend in Canada. Well, we had Turkey Day on Tuesday because we had ribs. Yes, so we're not sure what we're going to have today. Probably craft dinner for our Thanksgiving dinner on Sunday, I think it is. Yes. So this morning we woke up to +1, but feels like -2. It is chilly here. I should have got the Grinch gloves on. All right, on the yo-yo scale, +33 Fahrenheit, but feels like +30 Fahrenheit. Yes, I'm doing good. All right, yesterday we had a successful day. We had Aggie. Oh, where is Aggie? Oh, that's not Aggie. That's not Aggie. Aggie's over there. All right, but we can see the flags off in the distance. Hopefully the fog is not too bad. That's the joys of these cool mornings. We get fog. Yes, and also too, we're just about at 12,000 subscribers. Yes, Kingdom followers, YouTube subscribers. Just about at 12,000. Yes. So we also enjoy, we're averaging, I think, about 4,000 views per video, which is pretty good because 4,000 into 12 goes 3 times. So it's not quite half. Yes, I think we need 6,000 to be half. But I think that's pretty good because I follow along on other YouTube channels and those people have lots of subscribers but hardly any views. But we also have interaction with everybody. We reply to the comments as best we can and as sober as we can. Yes, and we like that. It's interaction because we're the learning channel. People put a comment, we're learning. I'm learning, plus I point out my mistakes. Yes, the flag shouldn't be that high. Oh, well, get over it. Call 1-800-DICK. So we like that. Keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting the like, but best of all, make a comment. If you can't get a comment on, put okay. Then we know you're out there. But we're all learning. Once we get this yard organized, we'll be back to twisting wrenches, welding, and everything like that because winter will be here. All right, let's scroll this way. We got things lined up. It's looking good. This yard has never been this clean or organized. It's hard to believe that in April of this year, April 2024, that was all parts in this trailer. Yes, now it's out here sitting in the middle of the yard. Ooh, which is better? But it runs, it drives, kind of, sort of. And also, too, with these trucks back here. 4 years ago, they were not running or driving. They were parts all over the yard, just like at my dad's. Acreage. Yes, he had an acreage. I have a kingdom. All right, so let's scroll a bit more. We're not sure what we're doing today. It is Saturday of the long weekend in Canada. Oh, look. You can see my breath. Ooh, go faster. Oh, Crest Fresh mouthwash. Can you smell it? All right. We made a full rotation. We're not sure what we're going to do today. We might just work on the grader and get things done because once it turns cold, the grader can't go in the shop. We kind of figure that out. Ooh, wait, somebody made the shop too short on height. Oh, well, I better go. Here comes the boss, even on a Saturday. Okay, after lunch on Saturday. Yes, I was on the computer most of the morning because we started that Patreon channel. Yes, everyone suggested we open up a Patreon page or whatever like that so we can, how would you say, speak our mind fully and accept donations to get these projects underway or get them completed. Because it's looking pretty grim. The staff isn't able to get employment here in this town because nobody wants anybody to work hard and show up every day. That's the last thing they want. All right, so last night before we called it quits, we put some floor jacks under the 39 Chevy because the staff kind of overloaded the truck. So it's going to sit here till Sunday morning. So it was best to put the jacks under to kind of save everything. We're going to load the mini hoe on the back on Sunday morning, which is tomorrow. And then on Monday, we're hopefully to relive the photos of the 1980s when those trucks were at the pink house. So that's what we're hoping. Oh, the wind's getting up. Okay, for the last couple of days cleaning up the yard, we've been just opening the shop doors and getting the warm air from outside to come in so we're not having to start the wood stove. Yes, we're going to hate that wood stove in 6 months' time after feeding it all winter. So as you can tell, the lights are a little dim. Yeah, quite a few broken, blown out or burnt out ones, but it's I think 7 years on these lights, okay? So it's a little chilly in the shop here. It's only 49 or 48 degrees. Yeah, so it's chilly in here, but it did pretty good. It kept its heat overnight. Okay, I'm over in the hose shack. Let's see how the temperature was. Remember, the hose shack extension is not insulated. Yes, but also too, the hole came in yesterday all warm. So let's see what we got for temperature in here. All right, we'll walk over here. All right. And we have, ooh, I'd say 12 degrees, Oh, eight. I'd say 8 Celsius, which is about 45, 46 Celsius, Fahrenheit. So it's actually held the heat pretty good in here. And look at the time. We have to also keep an eye on the clocks because they're battery powered. When the buildings get cooler or we have solar flare-ups or whatever, the batteries get slower or whatever, so the clocks can be out wrong. So we can actually be slow time here. So we can actually be working more and longer for the boss. And actually, we might be missing 10 minutes. All right, let's go check on what else we're doing. Okay, let's get the green toy up and running because it's been plugged in quite a while. I was busy this morning, but we have to do it. We don't make plans on we're going to sit on the computer and get things done. It works out that way. It was cool this morning and foggy, so we kind of incentive to stay inside and have another cup of coffee. All right, we're going to leave this floor here today because we're not doing it. Today is Saturday. It's the holiday long weekend in Canada, the Turkey Day. It can stay right there, but using the mini hoe to rip the plywood off and that styrofoam installation worked out rather well. It only took us 2 years to figure it out. So let's get the gas tank or the fuel tank off the grader. We'll walk over there to see why. Okay, so there's the firewood to go in the shop. And yes, it's been nice not having to burn any wood the last week or whatever. But we've had good weather, which always happens at this time of year. And look at the flags over there. There's none over there to offend anybody. All right, so over here, look at this. I think this is called a design flaw. Look at the little peekaboo hole. Yes, you can stick your head through there, get your picture taken as if you went to Disney World or the Flintstone place or whatever. But how do you adjust the clutch? Yes, the clutch is down in there. See it down there, Les Nesman? Yeah, there's no way. So the gas tank has to come off. I mean the fuel tank, because this is diesel. We'll have to take it off and figure this out. Like we can modify it, make it right, because we're going to have to adjust the clutch because we're going to be spinning the clutch or smoking the clutch when we find the rocks and the blade. And then the tires are going to grab and there's going to be smoke on that clutch. So we have to make the clutch be able to be adjusted on a moment's notice to fix our mistakes. Oh, yes. Okay, that didn't take me long unsupervised, but I knew how to hook up the slings or whatever to lift it off, so it worked out pretty good. And peeking in that little peekaboo hole, there's no way you can even see the clutch rod, okay, or the clutch arm on the bell housing, so we know it doesn't work. So adjusting would be next to impossible. You have to keep taking the fuel tank off. All right, so the green toy is a Roto wrecker. The boom doesn't go up very high. If the boom went up higher, it would work a lot better. So that's why you have to park away from the item you're lifting. Okay, so we found out yesterday, was it yesterday, with the green toy trying to lift the ramp deck onto the 45 Chevy, lifting over the back is pointless. That's where it gives you the most how would you say, strength. You don't have the outriggers, but it's useless because there's so much debris field or whatever on the side here. It cuts your footage down. You only have this boom going out up there. It says 18 feet, so that would be 18 feet from the center. So you lose quite a bit of footage because of the back, the apparatus and all that, and there's a big winch up there. We've never had it working, but it's kind of pointless because how do you hold the truck back from winching? Because there's these little rods or pipes that go in here to keep you from rolling back. Well, that's pointless. Like we need some big hydraulic outrigger legs back here. They're in the storage trailer. That's one of the plans to do in the next 5 years. All right, so we learned a long time ago, the only time we do lifting with the green toy for actual maximum amount of reach is off the side. I put the little granny stairway or walkway on the side here because it was too slippery. Yes, because this machine seems to self-oil itself, so it's very slippery. So I put the granny walkway on, knowing that this truck will never go down the highway or be road legal. Because to get this thing road legal, you can buy another one out of the States in Pennsylvania with those guys that sell military trucks and stuff. That's why the resale value of these trucks is so low, because it's a Roto wrecker, not a crane. If it was actual a crane, it would be 4 times the money. But you can buy these things roadworthy and ready to go out of Pennsylvania. That's in the United States of America, which is not very far from the kingdom if you have a gold top visa. Okay, one of the things we have to install while the gas tank is off, the fuel tank, is the gas pedal. Yes, the gas pedal is the throttle linkage. It goes up in here, but it bolts up underneath the fuel tank here. All right, let's walk to the other side. This walk and talk video, give everybody exercise. Yes, I need my exercise after working hard all week, and then I'm still at it here. All because the boss is an asshole. All right, so here's the clutch linkage. Yes, and that's for the clutch brake. So we, in theory, think if we put some springs in here, it will keep, make adjustments for the brake, clutch brake drum that we made being oblong. Yes, not round. So this is where it goes. Everything goes down in here. Yes, so great fun. Yes. Oh, man. Yeah, I wonder if there's a place we could actually put the fuel tank. Maybe the fuel tank could go up at the front to add weight to the front wheels so it would steer better, because these graders are kind of light on the front end. So once we figure out what we're doing back there, we have to get the clutch cables or linkage to fit in here. Yeah, so it'll be great fun. I think beverage will be involved today. Okay, I just had an idea. Okay, seeing how the bracketry of the tank is right here, but the tank comes to the edge of the cab here, right? So there's imaginary lines. Pretend that's the cab. Tank with the cab. All right, so why can't we move the bracketry from over here to over there, and then that'll give us room to reach in? Yes, just like dancing with Dolly Parton. Yes, a slow dance with Dolly Parton. But then I got thinking, what happens if this chain case here, if we get into rough terrain or go airborne or flip it over on its side, this could come up and hit the fuel tank. But wait, no. That's what these are for. They're not for mounting the tool box and for the battery box on the other side. This has been strategically cut. Thought was required. So I bet you if this chain case raises up, this fits nicely in here, right in here, Les Nessman. So that's what they're thinking is of that. So that way this chain case couldn't flip around or, be violently if you rolled the machine over or anything like that. So that is actually the stoppers. That's not the reason for mounting the toolbox or the battery box on. I thought it was a little heavy duty, but back then in 1953 everything was heavy duty because men were men and women were women back then. Okay, just about coffee time in the kingdom, and we got these plasma cut off. Yes, these are Lango brackets that held the gas tank on. The fuel tank on is nice and smooth. So now when I reach in there as the old guy, I won't be hurting myself, because hopefully the bracketry will be over here and I'll be able to reach in, just like slow dancing with Dolly Parton. And over here we use precision guesswork. Yes, look at that nice cut. That tip has been boogered for I don't know how many weeks or how many footage, but the staff cut a lot of skis. And we're still going because we know how to grind to make it straight. So I cut this out here. I don't know if we can see it. We have some glares, Les Nessman. Can we see that? So that should work out. We have to leave this support here for the hood. Okay, or we'll call that the firewall. Yes, to keep the flames off the fuel tank when she catches on fire. And the joys of living at the end of the world with the road so rough. That's somebody's tailpipe. And see, it broke over here. Look at that. Broke. So kind of fell off, but it'll work good for exhaust stacks on the UD16. We'll get them as high as we can get them so that we can hear, a louder boom boom. All right, let's go have a beverage. It's tasting too good. Okay, me again. We put the last chop saw blade in the saw. Yes, the last big one, because we got the maximum amount of use out of this one here, which will now be used in the 4-inch grinder. Yes, we use the safety guards and everything like that. So we got the maximum amount of use, and I want to cut this tailpipe to make it fit, because the saw is straight or big, and it'll do the full cut, not like having to turn it and make it oblong, just like everything else in my life. Okay, after coffee in the kingdom and the staff has arrived, so we got this fixed up. This was in here, kind of like that, and that went through this hole here. So this is too expensive, too confusing, too complicated, like marriage. So let's just put a brand new grease hose, flex hose from the grease gun on. We do this on the TD18s, TD9s, TD6s for the steering clutches and that. These are Arctic grade heat hoses. We test them outside in the cold to make sure they're worthy. So now once the fuel tank is on, we can locate that properly. And also over here, we got the exhaust pipes cut. So that worked out very well. Okay, on this tailpipe, by the looks of it, I think there was some exhaust restriction. I've never seen a curve done like that. Like that restricts the gas flow or the oxygen movement big time. So that would, decrease the performance. I think this is off of a Ford truck or whatever, but that is unreal. I can't believe it. I've never seen that in my life, and I've been around a long time, according to my birthday calendar. Okay, it's 6 o'clock and we're having to hustle. We weren't planning this, but this is the way it works out. We had to bring out the Lincoln AC/DC buds box because we had to do some welding. Yes, there were welds today, not booger. All right, we've got wood panels to go in here. Oh, Let's go this way, Les Nessman. All right, there's the wood panels that are now the side curtains or whatever. This grader, I don't think, had any at the time or when we acquired it. Remember, this was a complete working grader we stole back in 2009, I think it was. So I sure have been doing a lot of work on this complete operating grader. So I figured I'd put the boxes on. Okay, so to put the boxes on, and then that should hold the plywood in, so I don't have to make any bracketry. And also too, we have the long exhaust pipes, so we got them just high enough to see them in the mirror, so that'll work out good, so we can know if we're rolling coal or rolling blue smoke to offend everybody, especially the Swedish kid. So over here, this is what we had to do. Okay, because the bolts are broken off in here, so we're not going to keep doing that. Let's improve and, better ourselves. So let's weld some angle iron on. That also too gives it this much area for the little tin box to sit on. All right, so over there's the official battery box that we lengthened about a month ago because the paint's dry, so it was about a month ago. And also too, we got the air cleaner on and all the air cleaner stuff or hoses or pipes in there. So the goal was, okay, so over here, now as we're getting everybody confused because I'm walking back and forth, so I'm confused too. All right, so like the Red Shoe Diaries, we'll simulate. All right, so we stopped. All right, get the fuel tank back up here. It's bolted on the other side, and we have this little peg leg holding it, so we have room. So now let's put the clutch levers and rods and everything in here, but first let's improve them on the workbench in the heated shop. Yes, and then we can come out here and try and fit. Once we have that working, then we can simulate a tubular frame to come down and out to the edge of the body here or whatever, so we got room to work. Now that the toolbox is on, it's going to make it a little more awkward to work on, but now we know that. Okay, so we're not designing something that's going to fail when we go to use it. So this is working out rather well. So this is the we did. We welded some angle irons in here. We've got some nice welds, yes. So there's the broken bolts in here. We'll just drill some new holes and call it good. So now the toolbox will be on, so I can put the side panel on and then throw the strap over the top and call it a day. And then I can have victory drinks because the boss will be pleased I actually did something. Okay, 7 o'clock, and we have to hustle to get that, side panels on and everything, but it works out good. The toolbox or junk box on the side keeps the panel in, so you have to make some adjustments, plus get the hood to fit a little better. And then over here, oh yes, walk and talk, there's the battery box. So now with the battery box in place, I can make the control panel right here to start the motor standing beside it, because this thing was set up to start sitting in the cab, but those days are long gone. You want hands-on like the D69Us. We stand beside the motor and operate the controls, so that's the way to do it. Because these machines are old, they need a little tender loving care or a sniff of ether to get them going. Yes, all right, let's go check on the flags. It's chilling off out here. I'm glad we got it finished or completed on today's to-do list. Okay, we'll add an intro here introducing the staff and her day.
Saturday morning in WHO-ville. It's just after 10 a.m. and I'm getting ready to head up and do some shopping. We're not doing much in the kingdom today. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 3 degrees Celsius, which is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. Now it's time to head inside, make breakfast, and get ready for 11 a.m. to go shopping. Almost 11 a.m. and I just got the quad out. Now I'll head inside and let the dogs back in, then do some shopping and go over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to today. As you can see, the fog is rolling back in. Now let's get going. Just after 11 a.m. and I finished shopping for the 2 bags. It was $102, but look what I got on sale. These are all $2.99 to 99 cents. They're still good, just a few days past their date, so they'll go in the freezer. Now let's head to the kingdom. These big packs of Smokies are about $12 to $15 here in WHO-ville, and I got it on sale for $3. I have 3 packs of these and probably like 10 to 12 packs of these ones that are almost $10 when you buy them, and I got them for 99 cents. That's a pretty good deal. 11:30 and I just made it to the kingdom and dropped off all the groceries. We're not doing much today, just getting ready for tomorrow when we have a big adventure into WHO-ville. We are going to move my quad shed and do a couple other things. Now I'll grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville, but I'll come back at 4 p.m. and see what my dad's up to and bring his laundry back. Almost 12 p.m. and I just made it back from the kingdom. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, put all those Smokies away and make lunch. I think I'm going to have Smokies today since there's so many. The rest of those Smokies will go into the freezer so we can eat them at a later date. 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. The Smokies were delicious. I'll be having them again for supper tonight. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 10 degrees Celsius, which is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. The wind is picking up a little bit, but it is pretty chilly out there. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in. You can hear Hurt crying in the background, do some laundry, and wait for 4 p.m. so I can head to the kingdom. 2:30, I just made it back from filling up a jerry can of diesel, plus I topped the quad up as well since it's going to be a busy day tomorrow. They also had tomatoes on sale, so I grabbed my dad that, and he needed some butter. This is the receipts on how much everything was. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back out, and wait for 4 p.m. so I can head to the kingdom. Almost 4 p.m. and I'll head back over to the kingdom and drop off my dad's laundry and the jerry can of diesel for the mini, then I'll see what he's up to. 4 p.m. and I made it to the kingdom and dropped off my dad's tomatoes and the jerry can of diesel for the mini. Now I'll head down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. Pretty sure he needs help putting the fuel tank back on the grader. I see that he has the green toy out, so let's go see what he's up to. Down at the shop now, and it looks like my dad's all set up to put the fuel tank back on the grader, so I'll jump on the green toy and work the controls while he wiggles it into place. We're not going to get a video of it because that'll be pretty boring. We already have a video of the fuel tank going onto the grader. Almost 4:30 and I'm officially done in the kingdom. We were able to get the fuel tank back on the grader, no problem. As you can see right there, my dad cut a nice little hole. That way he can work on stuff underneath the fuel tank. Let's head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather. 5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 10 degrees Celsius, which is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been a pretty nice day out there, but that wind is kind of chilly, so let's head inside, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, it's chilly out here, but it's a nice evening. No wind, thank goodness. I've had enough wind, and this yard is looking pretty impressive. My dad would be impressed. He'd probably complain because I don't have 250 cars and everything off apart. I don't think he'd understand why I'm cleaning it up and getting organized. All right, so that worked out good. We had a successful day. It might be a nice sunset. Hopefully we have a good day tomorrow in WHO-ville, hauling gravel, sand, or whatever, fixing up the staff's house. All right, look at the flags. Yes, and the American flag is still higher than the other one. That fellow there that was emailing me, he's officially blocked. His emails are deleted, and then he found me on Facebook through his wife's email or Facebook account, so he's blocked again. I don't know. If he put this much effort into calling 1-800-DICK, would be such a happy world. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beverage, make a video, and we'll talk to you later.